But the more I looked into it, there are these open-ended questions, and the way you frame it, we work through the University of Michigan, and so they'll always be like, oh, could you just like tweak this or like say this differently? Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily a mistake. So I don't think she really affects my work. I just have to work around her. Now my motivation to do the work, that is definitely affected. Yeah.
And how so?
'Cause you don't want to do work for people who make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not motivated going to meetings with her because I know some snarky comment's going to be made about someone, you know. Yeah. My motivation to do the work for her is definitely, I mean, I constantly volunteer. I still volunteer to help. But my motivation, I think, more than the quality of my work, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is an interview, but I want to ask you all these questions. How about you? They're saying everything to me like, oh. I'm like, shut up. Answer the question.
I can, offline I can, I'll share a story or two with you.
Yeah.
Any other power dynamic situations at work that you've experienced? Any other kind of specific experiences or incidents that come to mind, either with this woman or somebody else?
Minor things with men that we shouldn't really say are minor. Yeah. So like, for example, I don't know, I've noticed that men will just take up space and just do it. And maybe not contributing to the conversation sometimes, but the way I felt that or seen it, actually today even, we were in a meeting with this presentation, the woman that was presenting, and I always try to make sure that people are really receiving the feedback that we're giving, so I'll ask, what are you taking from the feedback that we're giving, so that they also have the time to process, and then we can also fill in the gaps for where they might be missing things. And so we'd gone through, we gave the feedback, and then we kind of rushed past it. And I was like, oh, wait, like, can we actually, like, take a step back and, should we think through where we should add these things? And then he was like, no, I think we just did that. And I was like, I didn't see her take any notes, so I don't think she got it. But I guess I'll just sit here and, at that time I was just like, oh, man, like, this doesn't feel good. But I also was like, what am I going to do? What can I do right now? Yeah. It's going to come up next time. What was your
relationship
That's my manager.
With this person?
Yeah, that is my manager, yeah.
And is that a pretty typical experience with him?
No, I actually don't think it's typical. I think that, I don't know if he's necessarily aware of it, which I'm still trying to figure out how I could give that feedback to him. Just so that he can also develop as like a manager, because I know this is like a new role that he's taking on. But no, I don't think it's typical. I feel like sometimes, I don't want to say oftentimes, sometimes I'm definitely heard, and other times definitely dominates the conversation, or like will dominate the conversation sometimes. Yeah.
And does that affect your work or your interactions with him?
No. Affect my work? No, because the work that I do isn't usually direct with him. Interestingly enough. But I mean, all the work that he has seen has been good, so it hasn't affected it in that way. But the way I interact with him, definitely. So I know that he'll dominate the conversation, so I make sure that I am speaking up, or that I need to raise my voice in order for him to like stop talking, or trying to navigate it in that way. So just learning how to make sure that I am being heard is how it affects. Yeah.
And has that dynamic been the same kind of since you started?